Hello and welcome to the City of the Ancients here in Lands of Lore 2. Pretty cool stuff. Some fancy artwork, I guess, that's still functioning thousands of years later, although I suppose when you're a race of immortal gods, you should be able to make stuff that works pretty well. There's nothing really to do up here, so let's... Oh, alright, we just walk into it, whatever. Let's head into this little elevator, I guess? I don't actually think you can come back up. I don't know if I've tested it, but there's no reason to, so. There's also all these dragons flying around that I don't think ever come into anything, but that's okay. So, here in the City of the Ancients, you know what? I have all these things that I'm never going to use. Let's use a mind cluster. We'll take a look around. So, basically what we're trying to do is get to these 4 sections at the corners, and we have things that we have to do at each one, which will give us access to the Mantle of the Ancients, which we need in order to kind of get ancient power that we will need to kill Belial. Now, the first thing we have to do, you know, I'm not sure exactly how we're going to do things here. I think, what was I saying? I think we may do 2 towers in this video and 2 in the next, but we'll see how quickly things move. I'm going to try to do everything here. Hopefully I don't remember or don't forget anything. Either way, the first thing that we want to do is come down all the way down here. At least I hope it's down here. Let's come here because I don't want to transform. Very, very frustrating to turn into the beast here because Beast basically can't get up on any of these platforms, so a lot of times you're just unable to do anything, which is super obnoxious. But I think the first thing that we want to do is come down to this fountain here, and I actually forget if we need to freeze this, or I think we just need to freeze it. So there's this little globe up here. Now this is, you know, I talked about how I think some of the, you know, hear people talk about the Hewline Temple being too confusing. This, to me, is far more confusing and far easier to miss and get stuck on to the point where you can't move forward. But we need to basically freeze this, and then I think we also have to shatter it. I forget. Let's find out. Yeah. Freeze it and then shatter it, and that kind of activates this fountain and starts water flowing everywhere, which is important for us, and we need it to happen. Prior to that, we could have run along these pathways here where the water fills in. It's of no value to you, so I didn't feel like showing it. These blobs are kind of like the blobs from the Gorka Swamp in the first game. They will attack you, so you can take them out. They're kind of slow-moving. You could probably just avoid them if you want to. I'll take care of it here, because why not? They can be annoying. Yeah, they throw this little blob at you. It doesn't really do anything. I don't know. They don't really serve much of a function other than without them, the City of the Ancients would be really, really empty. So we're not going to deal with it too much. So I think what we will do is start by going around the right side, I guess the east side of the map here, and try not to miss anything. So in here is a different... All right, so what do we do with this? This fountain, right, so part of what we want to do in order to take care of one of the pillars is get 4 ivory chips. Now, there are 4 ivory chips here in the City of the Ancients. Since we brought 2 with us, we don't need to get all 4, but we will. So what we need to do for this one is... Oh, wait. I can't do it with concrete. I should be able to freeze it with Blizzard. There we go, yeah. You can freeze it with Blizzard, or you can freeze it with Mist of Doom, or I would have been able to do it with the Bow Shard, I believe. That was really the last thing we need Blizzard for. We could probably get rid of it, but we'll hold on to it just in case. Anyway, that is one of the 4 ivory chips down. With that, we will move forward. So I'll show where that is. Let's zoom in just a little bit. Yeah, so that's where that ivory shard is. Let's continue on over here. I really need to walk up here, but I don't know. Seems fun, I guess. And we will come around the corner here to kind of an interesting area that we don't necessarily need to use. We can. So in here is first little flobby guy. I don't know, we'll call him Evil Flubber. I guess that doesn't really have much of an effect when they fire that stuff at us, but I don't like it. It's just weird on the screen. I like to get rid of them if I can. I think it slows us down a little bit maybe, and obviously it causes some damage, but not really that much. Anyway, what we have here is a few different items. So we have a fire crystal, an ice seed. I think this is a ring of regeneration? Yeah. And then an ancient stone. And this pillar here that will transform them. Oh shoot, how do I... Oh yeah. So you put them on, and then it'll transform into something else. So you have this ancient stone that you can have. Is there really another one? Get out of here. There's not really that many of these guys. Anyway, you can actually transform them back and forth if you want. There's only a few different things you can transform. It might even just be these 4 things. I forget. We'll hold on to the ancient stone. And this, I think, will turn into an ice seed. There might be 1 or 2 other things we can transform. I don't really remember. I don't have much of a need for any of them. I will show around the corner here. There's stone cube. I don't think you can transform the stone cube. Let's put it on there and find out. I don't even think you can put it down because you'll end up throwing it. Anyway, there's some cool statues and artwork. It's a very cool place to look around in, to be sure. Lightning crystal. Okay, cool. And then down here, I believe we have, yeah, a lightning crystal. Some more artwork. Hello, cool looking creepy statue. And other creepy statue. So, I don't have much need for this over here, but it's kind of fun. Cool little alchemy pillar. So we can come out the other side and actually head into our first true pillar here. And so, what we have is this doorway here with these kind of evil skull-looking things, and this chamber in here. Now, unless I'm very much mistaken, you are unable to kind of succeed in here until after you have unfrozen the water at this fountain over here. You can kind of go through it, but I'm pretty sure you end up trapped and will die, which is, generally frowned upon. So what we want to do is jump over here, and we don't actually have to go up here, but we're going to because we have our last pharmacopedia item, which is black lichen. And we can combine it with Gorgonite nodules to make Stone of the Gorgon, which maybe I'll use if I see one of those little dudes again. But basically what it does is it temporarily petrifies your enemy. Obviously, right, Stone of the Gorgon, which is, kind of cool. I don't use it very often, but it's fun. So what these are is a bunch of doors that go to nowhere. And then in each room, there's one door that actually goes where you want to go. But after you go through it, it will close behind you. And what you want to do, you don't technically have to, but you definitely want to because it makes it easier, is to turn around and open up each door as you go through. That does 2 things for you. 1, it helps you remember where you're, where you've been and where you're going. But 2, it will save you a lot of time. And why we want to save time will become very apparent in the near future. Unfortunately, it does take a good minute or 2 to get through all these doors. They all follow pretty much the same pathway of just zigging back and forth from far end to far end, which is a little bit boring, but it's not like it's a real puzzle, so it doesn't really matter. That might have been the last one. Let's find out. The last one is the middle. Good, okay. So, when we come here to the end, we have 2 things that we want to do. Now, the only thing that you actually have to do is spark this little oil pool here. we have this picture of what I think is the Droracle. It might be a different ancient, but I think it's the Droracle. However, and then no, stay open. When you do, you then are going to want to run away. But there is something we want to grab quickly first on our way out. So let's do this, and then...
Only I could reach that.
Ah. Really? Grab this bow. So obviously this fire does damage to you. It clearly doesn't do that much damage, so it doesn't matter a huge amount. Clearly we're well protected. Although that is only true for the time being, because as you get up here, it'll be less protective. Let's make sure we jump over the water appropriately. Yeah, this should not be hard. So we want to get on the other side of this kind of crystal pyramid here. Let the fire keep coming to us. I don't think you really need to, but we can cast like a little protective magic here. That was poison. I didn't do that. Anyway, that fire will hit this glass case and send this ball out over here, where it will open the door. Now we can take a second here while that's traveling to test out this new bow. I forget what its name is.
Dark bow.
Just dark bow, okay. We do get another one of these little shards, which you don't really need, so I'll leave it. Oh, well, that's fine. Nope. There we go. So, Valkyrie, we didn't keep too long. We'll switch to the dark bow. I'm going to take this little box and push it through. And then follow behind it. I'm going to pull this box into this square. Now, if you look over here, you see this whole cool open area that you probably want to go look at. We're not going to yet. For now, we're just going to leave via our little teleporter. And we are back here where we just started. So that is one pillar down, which is nice. With that done, we are going to move forward. And, you know, there is something to do right here with this kind of stack of pillars that I could do right now. I think I'm going to wait just so I can show off what's going to happen on the other side first, which might be a little silly and it'll waste a little bit of backtracking time, but I think that's okay. So let's continue. Oh, wait, hang on. I think I forgot something. Yes, I did. Let's continue onward and upward and here. So, you know what, actually, we can ignore this because we're going to come back here at the end. So, we will leave that alone. It will be a mystery for another time. All right, so let's continue running around this way, and we'll head up to the northeast pillar. Oh, that's right, we wanted to...
Too far.
Where are you, Stone of the Gorgonite? There you are. Oops. Hey, look, now it's stone. So that's fun. It doesn't last very long, I don't think. I forget exactly how long, but it's still kind of a cool item that unfortunately you only get when almost all fighting is done. But that's okay. So, this is a kind of interesting little section that we're eventually going to come to here. I should start transforming into a lizard for these long runs. It'd be so much faster. But I'm not that smart, so such is life. Now, like I said, this is kind of a little interesting one. So if the water wasn't present here, you wouldn't be seeing much of anything. But since it is, you kind of have this section up here that's filled with water. And you can see that little timekeeper piece there. We're going to ignore that for the time being. Now you have these little pools here, and what you can do is you can take any sort of plant that you have, which it might just be the two aloes, you know, the cave aloe and this whatever, just regular aloe. Hang on just a second, I'll be right back. I'm gonna take care of the dog. All right, so, oh, hey, we have a new friend. Let's kill him. Oh, there's two new friends. We'll kill them both. You dead? You're not dead. Let's kill you still. Alright, good. Now you're dead. Wonderful. So, right, so you can put some plants in here to help them grow. What you actually need to do, though, is take a silver leaf and put it in here. Now, how you're supposed to know to put silver leaf in here, I don't know. This is part of why I say, I think that the puzzles here are significantly more difficult than, in the Huline Temple or anything like that. What you'll do next is by clicking on this little crystal, you'll see these open up and drain some water in. So now we have some water provided to our plants. And then finally we pop up here. Whee! And by clicking on this hourglass, the plants will grow, which gives us... No, oh, that's the worst. Gives us some aloe over there, and then also grows a silver leaf plant here, which breaks open this little, I don't know, prism thing, releasing that flame, whatever that is, which then heads over here to open this door again. Just like last time, we get another little crystal guy that we can again ignore, and head up the stairs, where we repeat the process from before. We're going to push this box through, and then follow it, and just sort of pull it into position there. You heard a little buzz, and basically, well, again, we can actually leave it for now, and we'll come back to this. So we go back out through the portal, and find ourselves right here. So I think we will pretty much end things here for today. Obviously, we could do the other ones, but I think that might make the video just a little bit longer than I really want. Particularly since there's some, things to do at the end that we'll have to come back to, and we'll also take some time. We could pick some aloe if we want. I don't want to, but we could. I've never done this. I wonder if can you just, make a bunch of the same ones? Probably can. I don't see why you wouldn't be able to. I also don't know if we have to reopen this or not. Let's do it.
Too far.
All right, let's get closer. You can, at least. Whether or not you have to, I don't know. Oops. I don't think there are any silver leaves on it you can pluck. It just grows the plant itself. And then we can probably click this from down here. And... hey, look at that. We grew a bunch of plants. That's nice. Anyway. So yeah, I think we will end things here for today. When we come back, we will do the other half and the final two kind of pillars to hopefully unlock the way to the Ancients. So hopefully you've enjoyed, and until next time, see ya.